My name is Mahalia and I am a 19-year-old singer-songwriter from Leicester. Never been religious. Instead, my mama showered me in kisses. 13 with a big dream, and daddy said I could be anything. So I looked to the stars, found an acoustic guitar, started learning, wrote a couple songs, and people heard them, now they sing along. My friends used to say, I bet you can't wait for the fame. Everyone's gonna know your face, mate. Let me talk specifically, that don't mean shit to me. I wanna keep bits of me to myself. I don't need your publicity all up in my business. That right there is a sickness. Keep it to yourselves. Mother and father, I wanna make you proud. Brothers and sisters, let me scream out loud. I love you. I love you. Thank you for everything. I love you. I didn't just fall out of the sky. I've got stars in my eyes. I've had stars in my eyes for many years. Wow, I was showed how I was grown into the woman that I am now. Think of me as a blank sheet of paper. My life is mine, I am the creator. You don't own me, you're not my commentator. Oh, child, see, I once had an idol. I got her voice on a vinyl, and then she turned suicidal. When you see this business, it's all about survival of the fittest. If you don't go viral, you should quit it. I am the revival of the unfinished. You're my witness. Mother and father, I wanna make you proud. Brothers and sisters, let me scream out loud. I love you. I love you. Thank you for everything. I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go. I was 13 and I was basically on a mission to meet Ed Sheeran. That's how it started. I was a kid who was really inspired by him, and so I wanted to meet him. And then I met a woman and she was amazing and she took me to meet him. And by that point, he was kind of just getting bigger, and I went to see his show in Birmingham. And then after the show, she took me to meet him. I met him, I got all teary and fangirly. I never told him that I lied. I left the show, I got in my mum's car, started to drive home, and then I saw that he tweeted about me. And it just said, at Ed Sheeran, everybody check out this 13-year-old girl, she's amazing. And then a few months later, I signed to Atlantic, which is a major label. Before I worked with Little Sims, I didn't know her. I just always really loved her music, and I always thought that she was just really fantastic. And so when I wrote Proud of Me, I always knew that I wanted somebody to feature on it. I just kind of saw it as being her. And then me and her had some time in the studio, and she wrote her part, and it was just like the best fit.
Thoughts more and more distorted. I just pray I wake up in the morning.
We did the video in Leicester, my family came, my parents are in it, and my little brother, and it was really important for me to make everybody else know where this whole blonde, crazy person comes from. Growing up in Leicester is weird. It's a really small place. It was great because there wasn't a lot going on, which meant that I always had to find something.
Father, I wanna make you proud.
When people listen to my music, I want them to feel honesty, because so many of my songs come from my personal experience, and I want my listeners to feel that. Yeah. So Brotherhood is part of a trilogy. The first film was called Kidulthood, the second film was called Adulthood, and then the last one was Brotherhood. I wasn't actually allowed to watch it. I was too young when the first one came out. It's like a clear representation of a side of London. And I'm not from the London scene, so actually when I was a part of it, I felt very like, I don't know how to do this. My character was called Thea, and I was somebody's daughter. Doing it was so different for me, and it took me out of my comfort zone completely. My scene was at a door, and I remember standing behind the door and the camera was on the other side, and I was just literally shaking, waiting to open the door to say my line. I was so scared. So it was amazing, but also terrifying. I love animals, like, I love elephants. Like, I just want to tattoo elephants all over my body. It really comes... So I had a friend when I was about 12. Her name was Ella. She was diagnosed with bone cancer, and she died when me and my friends were about 11 or 12. I think that was when I found my love for elephants, purely because of her name. And so I always had in my head that I was going to get a tattoo of an elephant in memory of her. I just love them. I think they're really beautiful animals, and there's an Instagram account called Rescue where you just kind of watch elephants all day. So I do that at night time when I can't sleep. I just sit and scroll through elephants on Instagram. I have a tattoo on my arm. It's a rocket ship, and this is Saturn. And I got it on my 19th birthday, and Saturn is the planet of karma. And it's also the planet of limitations. So this is my limitations, and this is me and my rocket exceeding them, basically. That's what it was meant to be. Yeah, it feels a little bit silly now, but I liked it at the time. When I was younger, my mum was really, really into Buddhism. So maybe I'm just like taking a bit of it from her. I think I'm quite spiritual. I believe a lot in star signs and fate and kind of, you know, what goes around comes around, and put positive out and get positive back. So yeah, I'm really spiritual. That's my fact. High five, got it.